Let's entitle this cartoon grabacion In Between Lipstick and Lap Dance. Certain type of cartoon humor. Cartoon humorousness. In between lipstick and lap dance. I'm talking about the scene now. Gene Wildburn, let's call him. Gene Wildburn is speaking with Marty Feldman. Both, obviously, it's microwired as they're portraying alternate human being life forms. Marty Feldman says directly, yada, 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 something, something, something. Why isn't it Froderick? It's not, it's Frederick. Wildburn replies. Okay. No K. That is a direct, deliberate split ends. That is a cross stitch of a split ends. When somebody asks a question directly and someone else says, even in a movie scene, yeah, even in a movie scene, someone says something and someone replies with a non-responsive non-response. Here is my intelligent, deeply soulfully spiritual, deep intelligence. That has a cross stitch of a cross stitches with courthouse buildings all over this cartoon planet. There is such a thing. This is very serious. There is such a thing inside courthouse buildings that are all over non-responsivenesses of cartoon quote respuestas. It's when someone gives a non-response of a quote respuesta. Cartoonistly. Non-cartoonistic. So when Marty Feldman asks the question, what's wrong with your life? No, he says, why isn't it Froderick? In other words, why is your first name Frederick and not Froderick? Gene Wildburn, let's call him Gene Wildburn. Gene Frankenberg. Gene Wildburn, let's call him. Not Frank. Gene Frankenstein. Gene Wildburn says in Young Frankenstein, Gene Wildburn says, we all know the name. Gene Wildburn in Young Frankenstein says, he doesn't say, well, my Nadrace named me that silly. Why don't you talk to my grandfather, my father and my father and my mother. He'd be like, I don't know, why is your name, Igor and not Igor? So Igor, Gene Wildberg could say, why is your name Igor? I never heard of this. I thought your name was going to be Igor. That was what I was told. Are you eager to know the answer, Gene Wildberg? Why he couldn't tell you why his name was Igor and not Igor, but was entirely stuck on a topic. He was doing the unstuckness. He could not get over the topic of, but why is your name not Froderick? Think about it. Igor is more juxtaposed with Froderick. As Igor is juxtaposed with Frederick, I guess. So again, let's go back. He says, why isn't it Frederick? It's not, it's Frederick. Why isn't it Frederick? It's not, it's Frederick, he says again. Something like that. It's like a double. It feels like a double. Either way, it's a double. Let's call it a double. Either way, it's a double. It's a double beat like stun gun of stupid. It's a double beat of stun guns. It's a double beat of stun gun of stupid. It's a cross stitch of split ends, deliberatenesses. Or is it a deliberateness of deliberateness? Because when someone answers with a non-response of a quote, respuesta, semicolon. This is why courthouse buildings cannot get anything done. they're continually dealing with non-responsive non-responses to deliberate, direct, precision questions that demand precision answers that don't exist. I'm getting to my point already here. That don't exist. I'm getting my deeper purposefulness already. Already, rated R. Rated X13, rated G, rated G13, rated G, rated G13, rated G. The reason why Cordos buildings are forever trying to get to the centric, concentric center of a problem and can never get there, of the accurate factualnesses that pre-existed that appearance in court. Why can't they ever get to the concentric center? Why can't they ever get to the centric, concentric center of the factualnesses? Why? Do you really want to know? It's a little bit weepy. Semicolon. It's a little bit reeky. Semicolon. Slightly rhymes with reiki. It's a little bit reiki. Slightly semicolon. You know why they can't? You know why it is that they cannot get to the centric, concentric center of the problematic area depth of the actual factualness of factualness? Because everything is pre-smearedly smeared, and everything is pre-smearedly pre-smearedness. We are talking about a mercurialness depth of amalgamations, of amalgamations, of... Do I need to refresh his memory about certain ciertos episodios de Big Bang where they got like a blob of something going on the cartoon, a speaker? Woofer. So the reason why is this cartoon quote underpinnings of sinfulness depth, of Knievel's depth. Because way long ago, thousands of years ago, I'm going to tell a story. There was a cartoon, Knievels, say Remicon, that thought that Sintelligence, say Remicon, of cartoon Knievels, say Remicon, was an end in itself. If it could outwit and outmaster others. If it could play Pied Piper while everybody marches to that beat. They said, the evils, the cartoon Knievels said, monstrosity. Said, if I am so smart, I can also play dumb. I'm so smart, I can play dumb. I am so smart, I can play dumb. I can pretend with everybody else that I don't know what's doing it. While the wormiousness is traipsing through the tulip flower beds, ruining everything, it can also pretend that it doesn't have any clue. It has no clue. It doesn't have any clue what is cartoonly quote occurring. Non-occurringly. Non-happeninglessly, in other words. What is quote occurring non-happeninglessly can be feigned by playing stupid. In a twisted illogism that says, well, am I really non-exoneratedly to blame if I am pretending and I'm not getting caught? Think of prehistoric, thousands of years. Not getting caught and playing stupid. Rated R. Rated X13. Rated G. In a prehistoricness depth, I would say thousands of years ago, that might resemble Sintelligence. Say Remicon. Sintelligence. Say Remicon. Sintelligence. Say Remicon. If something is not able to be caught, or it feels not able to be caught, not capable of having been caught, not capable of reaching the moment of their de Dios in the cookie jar, If they feel that moment will never arrive and everybody's like completely stumped in a cartoon stupor of cartoon stun guns, of stun gunness. In other words, everybody is in a stun gunness of non-awareness, of non-awarenesses. No one has consciously aware awareness yet. No one has consciously aware awareness yet. No one has consciously aware awareness yet. Again, if it could play dumb, if it could feign ignorance along with everybody else going, I don't know what's doing it, maybe it's happenstanced. Maybe it's something with this planet that God is not entirely able to intervene completely. Maybe it's randomness. I mean, maybe God no. Listen, this is a prehistoric Knievels. This is a prehistoric Knievels. Serimikon. This is a prehistoric Knievels. Serimikon. This is a prehistoric Knievels. Serimikon. Think of Jack Nicholson with his face like this. That's getting closer to the concentric centers. It's saying I can outsmart while pretending to be stupid and not knowing what's going on. I can pre-exonerate myself by saying, well, if nobody knows it's me doing it. The worm can look at itself and say, if no one knows it's me doing it. If no one knows it's me doing it, the worm says to itself in the mirror every day. It's like I'm not doing it. Have a good night. God says, false. Falsest. You are wrongnessly. You are factually incorrect and infactually incorrected. I'm going to correct you on the non-records of records, scratchingnesses, skippingnesses, lispingnesses. Courtrooms are filled with scratchingnesses and lispingnesses and blurringnesses and slurringnesses and warpednesses. Have a good night. We're going to keep going deeper. Here we go. Let's keep going deeper.